This is a short video on my 2014 Yamaha Raptor 700. I've had this bad boy for 2 years. I've had nothing but thrills on it. Thought I'd go over a few things that I really like about this quad. Yeah, for me, out of the box, the Raptor is the perfect platform to build onto. I think that 700cc on such a light frame, and then the aftermarket support, the ability to tune it. So anybody going down the sport quad route, the decision between a 450 and the 700 here, I'm sure this has kept more than one person up at night. At the end of the day, I am super happy with this 700. I think it's a more well-rounded machine than the 450. It's useful in more places. It's got a lot more bottom end. You lose a little bit of the race car feel, but I think you gain a lot more with the reverse gear, the trainability of it, heavier flywheel for sure. And yeah, I don't know, but you got to do a few things to it for it to be racy like the 450. So I'll go over what I've done. You know, the fun factor on a Raptor is really hard to beat. A few things though that I do think you need to do right out of the box is the steering stabilizer. That's a must. As soon as you catch your first root or something like that, and it jerks your steering wheel, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. It's not fun. So that's the flip side of it. The engagement with the front end and the quad in general is just so much. You have such a higher degree of feel compared to a utility quad. You know, there's benefits and drawbacks with everything. So width is always going to be a bit of a personal preference. Where you ride, how you ride, it's all going to make a difference. For me, how I like to ride sport quads, so the factory suspension on it, did not have, you know, it was nothing fancy. So first thing I did was widen it, Alba, plus 2 A-arms, Elka, stage 3 suspension, front and rear. In the back, I've widened it, so we've got hubs in the back. When I got it, it came with big gun dual exhaust, but there was no tuner on it, so I put in a power commander. I noticed the power delivery became much more linear. The exhaust temperatures dropped substantially. I think the other big thing, you got to put in a steering stabilizer. You can obviously go really fancy with the precision stuff. I just went in with Alba and extended the steering stem as well. I forget if it was 1 or 2 inches, but that's been done. Throttle and then new brake levers and that. Getting the position right so that you can ride the quad standing up or sitting down. This took a little bit of monkeying around for me. So again, I got this used and it had aftermarket handlebars on it. So factory, I'm not sure what you'd have to do to get it just right for you, but after I made these modifications, you can ride this quad extremely hard without worrying about tipping over. The tires, obviously these are aftermarket, these are not factory. The factory rubber that comes on these are garbage. Steel brake lines, Alba front brakes. The other thing with the braking on this, it's very good, but at least on this quad, like if I want to stop really quick, like I pull in the clutch and then do the brakes at the same time. But man, can you ever rip hard on this machine. Such a good machine. Grab bar on the back, the grab bar that is factory is absolute junk. I ripped mine off. I put on a Tusk. Absolutely worth the money. The torque of this machine, the ability for it to pick up and go is just awesome. And then once you get the hang of the power band, your ability to throw it around, it definitely takes some time to learn because it has a higher center of gravity than a 450. But once you get the hang of it and you throw your weight properly when you apply throttle, you can slide this around no problem. But that's after you widen it. The stock width on the Raptors, I don't think they're fantastic for you know, breaking things loose and that. You know, obviously I widen my quad. To a utility quad, no, it is not as comfortable, but it's half the weight, and so the benefits that you get is that it's significantly faster, accelerates really quick, stops really quick. Like I was surprised when I got my Grizzly. I didn't realize how much the weight impacted the 700. Like the 700 on this Raptor is like, it's crazy on such a light machine. And as soon as you go and add weight, it changes things. You know what I really like about the Raptor is that the first gear allows you to crawl over almost anything. It makes this quad very versatile, and with a heavy flywheel, it does an extremely good job of being able to putter through the trails. It's not like the 450 where you have to be revving the ever-living shit out of it to be in the high end of the power band. Not to say you can't ride a 450 slow, just saying that the Raptor does a far better job of it. Even in second gear, it can maintain pace on a trail without applying the throttle very easily. Right here, this is first gear going up a hill. I am barely applying the throttle, and like this thing is not wanting to die out or stall. See how low we can get her? Still just chugs along. Like I'm applying almost no gas. Okay, let's see if it'll stall. Come on, baby! Go, go, go! Oh, frick, I high-centered myself. Yeah, like no problem. That's what makes it so good in the bush. It is awesome. Here, so this is second gear right now, just cruising on some dirt. I had no throttle. So again, another example of how this thing can just like chug along. So I can't do it in second gear. That's okay, I did it in first.